as I stepped into the dimly lit bar on the distant space station. The murmur of hushed conversations enveloped me like a shroud. The air reeked of stale beer and desperation. I had been stationed on this godforsaken rock for months, chasing down leads on a string of gruesome murders that had left the entire station on edge. My name is Rachel Kim, and I was a journalist. Or at least I used to be. Now, I was just a cynical, hard-boiled hack trying to make a name for myself in a dying galaxy. I spotted a familiar face huddled in the corner, a hood pulled over their head. It was Dr. Zhang, the station's chief scientist. I had interviewed him a few weeks ago, and he had seemed shaken. But he had refused to talk about the murders. I made my way over to the bar, ordering a whiskey as I listened in on the conversation. "Can't keep it contained much longer," Dr. Zhang whispered, his voice trembling. "It's getting stronger, and I don't know how to stop it." The person he was talking to, a hooded figure, leaned in closer. "You have to try, Zhang. You're the only one who can." I strained my ears, trying to catch more of the conversation, but they fell silent as I approached. Dr. Zhang glanced up, his eyes locking onto mine, and I could see the fear written all over his face. I took a seat at the bar, trying to appear nonchalant, but my mind was racing. What were they talking about? And who was this mysterious figure? As the night wore on, I found myself glancing over at Dr. Zhang and his companion, my curiosity getting the better of me. I finally worked up the courage to approach them, flashing my journalist's badge. "Mind if I join you?" I asked, trying to sound friendly. Dr. Zhang hesitated, but the hooded figure nodded, and I took a seat. "You're the one who's been asking questions," the figure said, its voice low and gravelly. I nodded, my eyes locked onto the figure's hood. "I'm just trying to get to the bottom of these murders." The figure pushed back its hood, revealing a face I knew all too well. It was my ex-partner, Alex Chen. We had worked together on a string of high-profile cases back on Earth. But our partnership had ended in disaster. Alex had been accused of corruption, and I had testified against him. "Alex," I said, my voice barely above a whisper, "what are you doing here?" Quote. Alex smiled, his eyes glinting with malice. "I've been waiting for you, Rachel. You see, I've been working on a little project, and I think you'll be interested." As he spoke, the lights in the bar began to flicker, and the air grew colder. I felt a presence in the room, something ancient and evil. "What have you done, Alex?" I asked, my voice shaking. Alex leaned in closer, his breath cold against my ear. "I've unleashed something, Rachel. Something that's been trapped for centuries. And it's coming for us all." Suddenly, the lights went out, plunging the bar into darkness. I heard screams and the sound of chairs scraping against the floor. When the lights flickered back on, Alex was gone, but Dr. Zhang was standing in front of me, his eyes wild with fear. "It's too late," he whispered. "It's coming." As I stumbled out of the bar, I saw it, a creature unlike anything I had ever seen. Its body a twisted mass of flesh and shadow. It was the thing that had been terrorizing the station, and it was coming for me. But as I looked into its eyes, I saw something that made my blood run cold. It was Alex, or at least, it was what was left of him. He had unleashed this creature, and it had consumed him. I felt a wave of grief wash over me, mixed with a sense of redemption. I had been so consumed by my own anger and bitterness that I had lost sight of what was truly important. I realized that I had been given a second chance. A chance to make things right. As the creature loomed over me, its jaws open wide, I closed my eyes and let go of the past. I forgave Alex. And I forgave myself. And in that moment, I felt a sense of peace that I had never known before. The creature's roar was the last thing I heard as it consumed me. But I was ready. I was ready to face whatever lay beyond, armed with a newfound sense of hope and redemption.